this film. I hope you like what you see, and as always, stay awesome.
Saying that one of his fellow students were doing a thesis called Black Girl in Paris. Would I?
Miserable Monday night here in New York City. How you doing, Zara?
Good. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
And we have a film, the new Spike Lee joint is called The Sweet Blood of Jesus. It's been out on Vimeo since January 13th and opens in theaters here Friday, Valentine's Day weekend. What are the theaters? It's the Village East and the Walter Reed. So if you can't make it to any of the NBA All-Star festivities, check the movie out. It'll be a great, great, great dating film.
I agree.
So, why do you, are you here?
Is she here? Is she here?
She can show up again. You're supposed to be at the View this morning.
She might be coming 11. So we filmed that in Paris, and she did reference to Spike a lot throughout filming because she looked at him as a mentor. So she would always say, Spike said I should approach this way, this way. So he was always in the room, sort of. And then the following year, she showed Spike the movie in post-production, and he saw my big head on that screen, and he asked her for my details. He emailed me, and I didn't reply. Because firstly I thought, maybe it's not really him. And then when I didn't reply, he called me and was like, "Is this Zara?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "This is Spike Lee." I was like, "Oh, hi." Over Brooklyn Bridge, he showed me everything, and then we went and got pancakes, and he said, "I'd like you to be ganja." And I was like, "Really?" And that's how it all began.
It's all true. And for those who don't know, this film, The Sweet Blood of Jesus, is a reimagining of the cult classic film called Ganja and Hess, written and directed by Bill Gunn, made during the Blaxploitation era. It was not a Blaxploitation film. And it's funny how this whole thing in NYU keeps playing with this whole story. I graduated from the New York University, Do the Right Thing, Mo Better, Malcolm X, and then after Malcolm X, he directed Tupac and Juice. So when Ernest came to NYU, he always wanted to be a director, and he was such outstanding cinematographer, he used that as his entree to get into directing. So I've been a teacher at NYU for 15 years. This past summer, I got tenure. I'm also an artistic director of the film school. So my students affect me. It's because of my students' thesis film, I was able to see Zara's talent. And also it was my students who hit me to crowdsourcing. Because I never heard of Indigo. I never heard of Kickstarter. And they were using crowdsourcing to finance their film. And several of my students said, "Spike, you should try it." And then I did a lot of research. I called up 2 to 3 founders of Kickstarter. Excuse me if the names are incorrect. And they gave me a crash course in how not to fail doing Kickstarter. What's up, John Ridley? I see you in the back, baby. My man, John Ridley, he's gonna be here right after me. Give love to John Ridley, please. Won an Academy Award for his script, 12 Years a Slave. Got a new joint coming out, American Crime, March 5th, ABC. Yo, yo, yo. So, as a teacher, you can learn from your students. And as I was saying to Zara, earlier, we've been doing interviews all day. You never know where things are gonna take you. She got a tweet from nowhere to be in the student film, and being in that film, I saw her, and then I cast her in the Sweet Blood of Jesus. So, for anybody out there, when you get an opportunity to say, oh, this shit ain't gonna lead to my motherfucker. I'm not gonna waste my motherfucking time. There's some bullshit over here. There's some fucking bullshit. I'm gonna fuck my motherfuckers. You never know. You never know. This is evidence of it right here. And that could have been the greatest opportunity in your life.
Diverse material offered to me just to read. That doesn't mean I'm going to be cast, but just to read it is such a privilege. And I just hope that we continue to show off what we're brewing back home in England, in London.
And Zara, what is the next job you have? Why don't you give everybody a little hint? Or just tell them.
I will be filming The Nick starting in February. Which
Directed by who?
Directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Starring?
Clive Owen. So I'm sure we're gonna, discuss how you work, Spike. Me and Clive will have a few stories to tell.
But Soderbergh, he's a maniac. He edits, he shoots, he directs, he
does it all.
Does it all.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yes, as we said before, this was a Kickstarter project, and the great Bruce Hornsby did the score for the film. He also did the score for the Red Hook Summer, and then a lot of songs for the other films. But keeping with the spirit of Kickstarter, I knew I needed, in addition to Bruce Hornsby's score, we needed songs. So using my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I put a call out for unsigned artists to submit their songs to be in the film. Got 800 songs were submitted. I listened to every single one of them, and we chose 12. And we were very fortunate that LA Reid at Epic Records gave us the soundtrack. So that was what you were hearing before. You should really check it out. It's on iTunes. And hopefully these unsigned artists will get a deal.
Yeah.
Somebody sitting out here in this audience, the new heads, the young jacks, you gotta keep it going, But you gotta do your research. You gotta do your history. You gotta know. You can't come up thinking you're inventing new shit that's been done already. But you can't know that unless you do your research. You gotta watch cinema. You have to know all world cinema. You have to know Japanese cinema. You have to know Italian neorealism. You gotta know about French New Wave. You gotta know about Oscar Michaud, Gordon Parks, Melvin Peoples, the films of Michael Schultz. When he directed Richard Pryor was the biggest star in Hollywood. You should know. Have you seen Coolie High yet? Yeah. All right. You gotta do your research. Film is a tough motherfucking business, and you want to come up there and style and profile. That ain't gonna get it. You might have you might not have a long career, and hopefully anybody wants to get in anything, you want to be in it for the long term, because only by being in the long term can you build a body of work. If you do one album, one play, one novel, one film, how is that a body of work? Unless you're Harper Lee, and your one thing is To Kill a Mockingbird, then you can say fuck it, just sit back. Say what? But Harper Lee is an exception. So I want to thank everybody. John, come here a second. come up here for a second. This is my man. Please stay. He's coming right after us.
First of all, Spike Lee has done more for me than probably anybody in the film business. I've been very, very fortunate to know him. Actually grew up with